We are live. Yes, we are live. Awesome. Okay, folks, we are live. We are a go. So I'm going to close that. Just going to check something. Okay, so we can close that too. That's good. Hey folks, we're over in David Lamb Park. So just give me a sec here. Hey, Manus Play, nice to see you. Yeah, first. Cool. Hey folks, Jerome Forestwood here. We're over in David Lamb Park right now in downtown Vancouver, and yeah, let's go explore Vancouver. Awesome. Cool. You can see some very calm geese in front of us right now. You know, a big flock of them just picking away at the grass right on over there. They've been doing a good job. They've been patient with a lot of kids today, so I gotta give a big up to the geese for not hurting anyone. That's pretty much their regular MO, so big up to them. Very cool. So down here at David Lamb Park, we have a busy day. Just a lot of people out today, just enjoying the sun. It was a little cooler a couple days ago. Yeah, I never mess with the Canadian geese. Definitely. And I love the addition of the A there. Managed play. Never mess with the Canadian geese, eh? Most definitely. You reap what you sow when you mess with the Canadian geese. Here you can see an awesome view of Falls Creek, and of course across the way from Falls Creek you have the Fairview neighborhood, and you got a few of the boats going on in the water there. A bit of a playground over here, so I'm gonna go this way. But you can see just how busy this place gets. There's a school over here too, so that's why there's a lot of activity from the kids. But we'll head down this way, away from the kids, because our focus is on the city. And I was up again at 5 a.m. today for work, so that's why I'm off right now. Yeah, it was a nice day at work. Pretty chill and relaxing. You know, we're usual work pressures, you know, you got deadlines to meet and stuff like that, but other than that, it's pretty nice and chill. This is part of the sea walk over here, just off of Drake Street, down here in the downtown. And these are the last warm days of summer that we're gonna have here. Here, Toronto's also very nice right now, so that's nice to hear. My friends back home are enjoying some last weather. It's gonna get cooler in Toronto. Hey, how's it going? Then it is gonna get over here in Vancouver. Vancouver will stick around with the teens for another 2 or 3 months. We are above 20 degrees right now. But when it gets down into the cooler weather, it'll stay in the warm teens and low 20s until around the end of October. Then it'll start to get a little cooler, but that's when Toronto starts to get really cold. Man, this place says leaves are changing color. Oh yeah, most definitely the leaves are changing colors. Few of the trees have lost their leaves. Yeah, most trees are changing colors right now. So you can see that across the way. The trees are more of a brownish tinge now when you look at them. And that's because they're starting to restrict or take back some of the whatever they use for photosynthesis within their leaves. And they'll continue to withdraw that for several months. But yeah, most definitely changing color. We'll keep walking here. Yeah, like these trees were bright green a while ago, and now they're starting to turn brown. Then they'll turn bright red. So it'd be pretty cool in a month or two down here. The leaves also hang on a whole lot longer here as well, just because there is more sun, because we are higher on the equator than towns like Montreal, or higher above the equator than towns like Montreal or Toronto. And it's really the thing that keeps Vancouver so nice and chill and so nice and warm and everything isn't necessarily its place on the map. Like if we weren't in the temperate rainforest, this would be a cold city. But fortunately we're in a temperate rainforest, so we have palm trees. Man, this place says fall is Canada's true weather, with the red maple leaves and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. And of course over here's the Quayside Marina. You can catch an aquabus from over here across False Creeks to the Spyglass dock, and you can just go south along Spyglass Place, and that'll take you over to Olympic Village Station. It says, yeah, the imported palm trees from Florida. I wouldn't necessarily say they're from Florida. They're technically from China. They're a northern type of palm tree in China, according to the popular blog, Vancouver is Awesome. They recently published an article just a couple months ago talking about where the palm trees were and why they came to Vancouver and how they came into fashion. But yeah, they are fashion. They're not natural. Yeah, this place like cool info. I'm like, yeah, that's what I say too. Cool info. Across the street here. Now start to meander off of the seawall path. There's a nice Quayside Marina sign right there. Here's the Sweet Spot van. They've been here for a while. They do a lot of ice cream and stuff. They're really good at what they do, so if you're in the neighborhood, come on down, spend some money. And there's Province Marina Side Restaurant. Pretty packed right now for this time of day. Usually it's slower. Mama Reza, nice to see you. Managed Plays here too. Nice to see you both. Able to get on the stream. And there's a few other people. So now we're on Davie Street, just to give you a heads up, in the downtown. Looks like some fire and rescue is coming over here to check something out. See one of their fire and rescue trucks right here. Looks more like an inspection than an actual problem, but inspections do need to happen. Hey Mark, nice to see you too, Mark. Mama Rez is here and Manus Play is here as well. And we're just walking along Davie Street here in the downtown core. So this would be Davie and Pacific. I haven't spent a lot of time down here in a while, so decided to come on down here. I think I filmed a video like along this way a little while ago and published it, but beyond that, like one random video. I really haven't been down here for live streaming or anything. And it is a busy type of area. Like it's not busy like, you know, West Georgia and Granville in the absolute downtown core, but it's pretty busy still. So that would be Pacific Boulevard there. And then Davie Street's going this way. So we'll start by using the Davie Street entrance. And then I thought I'd zigzag it up just to mix things up a bit. So zigzag through Yaletown and up each street. Kenya, nice to see you too. Someone from Cuba, cool. Mark's here, Manus Plays here, Mama Rez is here too. Good to see you here. Kenya? And welcome from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I think you're the first person who's publicly come on and said you're from Cuba, so very, very cool. We do get people from other Latin countries on the channel, but you do seem to be the first one from Cuba. Hey Hunter, nice to see you. Kenya's here, Mark's here, Mama Reza here, and Manus Place here. Nice to see you as well, Hunter. So we're gonna zigzag today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cross the street, so we gotta wait. I tend not to worry about the people who cross the street without waiting, because generally, you know, it's legal so long as you don't impede traffic. So no big deal there. But because I'm holding a big rig, trying to keep myself safe, I'm paying attention to a lot more than just walking. Here's a Starbucks over in Yaletown. Well, very cool. Kenya, I don't speak Spanish, so I can read French and respond to French and English, so sometimes I can understand some words in Spanish. So this is as far as I go, but I'll try my best to, okay? Hey Brandon, nice to see you too. Kenya's here, Hunter's here, Mark's here, Mama Reza here, and Manus Plays here. I'm not fluent in French, Manus Play. I am, I can read it, and I can do some writing. Like I went through grade, all the way to grade 12 Ontario French, which isn't real. Which, most of the time you speak English in that class still, so, yeah. Just made me confident enough so I can get around Quebec if I need to, and parts of Moncton. Brandon saying, hey Jerome, what's up? I cannot get over losing a family member 23 days ago to, the stomach cancer. Well, Brandon, I feel for you. Losing a family member always sucks. So I understand you'll be going through the grieving process. Don't worry. But at least I can bring you a little bit of Vancouver while you're over in Alder Road. So, such is life. Over here is षणकरन, so we'll zigzag like I said. So we're gonna go up this street and see the new mural they put down here. Very cool. Kenya's saying Mia Kanto, Vancouver. I'm guessing you're going to be coming to Vancouver, or you want to come to Vancouver. So, very cool. And Vancouver will welcome you when you come. And we'll be here until you can come. So we'll cross the street here. And then we'll go up Hamilton. And we'll just keep zigzagging for a bit. No hablas español? No, I don't speak. No hablas español. I don't speak Spanish. So I can respond in Spanish if I'm writing, but that's just because I can go and I can check words and stuff like that. I have been working with a few Spanish-speaking people over in Texas while I'm working over here in Vancouver, so I'm learning, but yeah, I'm not very good. Mark said he visited Vancouver in 2001. Well, if you can afford it and you want to, you're more than welcome back, Mark. We love tourists over here in Vancouver. So this would be Hamilton Street. It's a little quieter over here, because like right over here there's like a dance studio above us and stuff like this, so they really got it closed off and the windows fogged up, but there's still stuff that happens in there. But over here is some of the other restaurants that are more Mexican focused. Okay. Like El Guapo. And they got tacos and beer in there. I don't know, Friday night this place will get really busy. You can see all the way in there right now. So deep. Huge bar. Mark's saying now have direct flights from Melbourne to Vancouver as well. Oh, that's cool. Amanda's place says Texas is my favorite U.S. state. Very cool. And Kenny is saying Cuero, Visitaro, Robson, Paro, Balear, Salsa. Okay, cool. I guess you're gonna go to Robson Street and when you visit and do some salsa dancing. That's what I'm gonna guess. I haven't been to a salsa bar here yet, but I'm pretty sure there's lots of Latin people over here in Vancouver, so there's plenty of places to go dancing. I'm sure there's no shortage. So we'll cross Homer here, and we'll keep zigzagging down the shady side of the street. This will be Nelson we're on right now. To give you a heads up. So this would be Nelson and Homer. Looks like it's our turn, so we'll go. Oh, it's good to have flights from Melbourne to Vancouver. You know what? I'm actually going to tell my partner that too. Because we can catch a flight from Melbourne, or at least one of the places in Australia, Mark. So that we can fly over to Bangladesh. Like the flight that he took to get all the way to Bangladesh the last time was a rather long flight, and if we could just go across the Pacific Ocean straight, you know, from Seattle or something like that, definitely it would be quicker. And we could also chill in Australia for a couple days. So thanks for the heads up on that. So this is Homer Street here, folks. And this is a thing that's been around for a bit, but it's becoming more popular. I'm not talking about the smoke-free property. I'm talking about the no Airbnb. In the last few months, as the housing crisis has picked up here in Canada, and it's just something that Canada has been complacent about for 20 years now. So, and other countries go through similar crises and stuff like this. So we need to build a whole lot more housing here in Canada. So you're starting to see more of those no Airbnb signs pop up outside of condo buildings and rental buildings and all that kind of stuff. Oh, Kenny is talking about DJing. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I hope I can show you around Vancouver, so I can help you out with that. Get to know a little bit more of Vancouver. We will be heading over to Robson Street in a bit. Here's Smythe Street here, so we'll walk up Smythe Street. And over here, just off of Smythe and Richard, at the intersection of Smythe and Richards, that would be the Rainbow Park. And that building behind there is Kafka's Coffee House, a chain down here in Vancouver, one of many chains. So you don't just have to get your Starbucks or your Timmy's fixed on. There's other choices as well. Greetings from Trinidad and Tobago. Well, greetings to you too. Kenny is here, Mark's here, Manish Plays here, Mama Reza's here, Brandon's here, Hunter's here. So it's good to see you as well. I can't pronounce that name, from Trinidad and Tobago, but if you want to give me a name written in English, I'll try to pronounce that. But pretty cool either way. Nice to see you as well from Trinidad and Tobago. Isaac. Oh, okay, that's cool. I'll go with Isaac. Name this epic playground over here. I'm just going to show it for a second. So if you are down here in the neighborhood and you got kids, that's definitely one of the places kids love to go. So Rainbow Park down here on Richard Street. Definitely a cool place for kids to come. And tire them out if you need to. We will definitely be taking our nephew over there when our nephew comes to visit, but that's planned way far away from now, so and I'm sure our nephew will run all over that place. Manus Play is asking, do you know any good skateboarding parks? Yeah, if you head on over to Columbia and Kiefer, one block down towards the SkyTrain tracks is one of Canada's most famous skate parks, just beneath Chinatown. So that would be where you need to go. This is the intersection of Richards and Robson Street. Last time I was over at that skate park, I actually was filming there. And I think it was one of the Chinatown festivals. It wasn't the most recent one, but it was the Chinatown festival before that, the summertime Chinatown festival. So you can go back to that video. And at the end of that video, and I think that festival happened in July, okay, you can see the skate park at the end. And Thrasher was actually there auditioning some skateboarders. To be on their team. So it's one of the good skate parks. And then there's also a few bowls over at Clark Street Park by East Broadway and Clark Drive in East Vancouver. So that's another cool place to go. So here's Robson Street here. So I hope that helps out just a little bit. Gives you a start. There's a guide to skate parks over on the line as well. You can find a few of those actually. This would be the intersection of Seymour and Robson Street. And we'll cross Seymour in a minute. There we go. That's our turn. So many people. Here's the intersection of Seymour and Robson again. That'd be looking in a southerly direction. And we'll cross the street here. And we'll go up Seymour Street here, and we'll keep zigzagging. So Kenya is asking, necesita una renta para enero para una persona studio cerca de Central. So I'm wondering, I'm assuming you're guessing because you said studio and renta, that, which is kind of fun. I like guessing here. So you're guessing how much is the studio rent down here in the downtown core? It's going to be much more expensive than you would find in almost any other country, because this is one of the most expensive rental markets in the world now, technically, which is kind of ridiculous. Even Singapore is cheaper than Vancouver. But a studio will probably go you anywhere from, in the downtown core, will probably go you $2,000 to $2,500. Depending on where you are, what floor you're on, what your view is like, all that type of stuff. But if you got a mountain view and a nice big patio, or even a Julian door, where you can open the whole door and there's just a small little space for you to stand and have a smoke, if you choose to smoke. Okay? And that'll be a little more expensive. And Matta's Place saying I need a rental for January, one person studio near the center. Well, yeah, there is still plenty of rentals in the area, so thanks Matta's Place for helping translate for Kenya and me. So, and especially if you come, I would start looking now. And if you ask people if they can use WhatsApp so that you can look at the place, that'd be good. But a lot of renters want you here to check out. Not everyone will do the WhatsApp thing for renting. So if you want to come down here and find a rental place, give yourself 2 weeks to a month at a hotel, okay, so that you can find a place. If you want to do a short-term rental, your best bet is to start looking now too. Matta's Place says I might just move to the US because it's cheaper to buy a house. Yeah, Bay was actually talking about that too. So, I believe it's over in Tallahassee, down here, where the US border is. And houses there are like half the price to a third of the price of any Vancouver house. So much, much cheaper. And actually pretty affordable. So this is Granville Street we're on now. And we'll walk down Granville here. So yeah, that's totally, if you need that property, that's it. But we're also looking over at South Asia too for properties. So I'm not quite sure yet where we would go. And if some properties get miraculously cheap over here because of bubble bursts in Vancouver, well, of course we'll buy over here first. And we have been looking around here too. And there are a few affordable units within our range. regularly on the market. So it's not like it's not astounding, but it is hard to find a good place with a good mortgage right now here in Canada. So you really just got to be careful about it. Manus Play says, I don't think Canada will fix the housing crisis in our lifetime. Well, that's why I agree with you, Manus Play. That's why we're looking at the States too, as well as different places in South Asia. Well, for now we're in Vancouver. So, looking at the States, Manus Play, that's not a bad idea at all. That's actually a smart idea. We'll keep walking here on Granville Street. Manus Play says South Asia would be much cheaper to buy. Yeah, that's how we feel too. But what we're going to do first is we're definitely going to travel a bit. Vancouver's a great place to travel out of. So, because you can just go down to Seattle and then the world's your oyster. So, this is the intersection of Dunsmuir Street and Granville. And we'll just cross the street and then we'll continue down Dunsmuir Street. Yeah, but if you're looking to rent right now in the downtown core for January, I'd say start looking now. Try to get some online showings if you can. And you gotta ask, because Canadians are just straight up, just expect you to ask. If you don't ask and stand up for yourself and ask all the questions, they're just not gonna give you the answers. Like some places, like in Europe and stuff like that, I've heard they'll like set you up and everything, make sure everything's good even if you don't have all the answers. Over here, you gotta ask questions about everything. So here's Dunsmuir Street here. And that's just part of the culture here. But I definitely love living in Vancouver. It definitely has such a chill vibe, and it's great to be back after 20 years. Yeah, Toronto was great as my hometown and where I moved back to when I did live in Vancouver in the past. Well, technically Coquitlam, so Metro Vancouver, but still. And now I live in Vancouver proper. Nice place. I'd move to a southern states like Texas. Texas sounds good. Kenya's saying Kupaz Eras. And we'll head down House Street here. Sorry, folks. Oh, Manus Play says no more snow for me. Well, when you go to Texas, you might say no more heat for me in a bit too. So I have been down in Texas. A company has sent me down there a few times. It gets really warm, especially in the summertime. Really warm. But if you can handle that, then you're good to go. Not a lot of people can. It's not that difficult. Texas definitely is a vibing state right now, I will tell you that much. I'll keep walking here along House Street. But if we get the chance, we're gonna settle in Vancouver. We really like this. We really like this country. We understand it has problems right now, but every country has some problems. Here's West Pender Street. So we'll keep zigzagging, like I said. So we're gonna turn off of Howe Street here. We're going to cross the street, continue on West Pender. Over here is one of our many Vancouver currency exchanges. So if you need to change some money when you come here to Canada or Vancouver, it's right there. It's available to you. Right down here at West Pender and Howe. And there's like 4 of them in the airport. So, but they do charge a little bit more. But if you want the convenience when you get right off at the airport to change your money into Canadian currency for traveling, that option's available to you. Some people just don't care. They're like, I just need money now, or I want to change a little bit of money, and then when I get to the downtown core of the west side, and then I'll get some more money at a cheaper rate. So this will be Hornby Street we're going to turn on now. Howdy, howdy. A few other people have come onto the stream. Just to let you know, we're down here in downtown Vancouver right now. And we're at the intersection of West Pender and Hornby. And we're looking north on Hornby. Woo! LW722C. How about you wait for the pedestrians, man? Wow. Of course, if you're down in this area, there's not too many Tim Hortons because there's so much competition in coffee shops here in Vancouver. So right here, it's one of the few Tim Hortons. Hey, man. Man, this place says, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 7 got a new game trailer today. Oh, cool. We'll keep walking here along Hornby Street. And then this is when we're going to stop zigzagging. And we'll go through lot 19 up here. We have a few artists over here. We've seen several of these artists before, but if you want to come back and see these vendors with all their different wares and stuff like that, you can always come on down here and check it out. Oh my gosh, these are all individually knitted. Look at this. Oh wow. Check that out too. You can make your whole, like, a whole collection of this stuff. Very cool. Very cool. Looks like they got more jewelry here. And some beeswax candles. And some more jewelry. So they got a little jewelry fair right now. Very cool. Maybe I'll come down here next Thursday and pick up some jewelry from my mom. Get a little Christmas shopping done early. She usually catches the live streams now, like months later. She'll be like, you went to that festival and check that out. That looks fun. I'm like, yeah, Mom, that was 2 months ago. I love you. A little bit of thrifting as well going on. Very cool. Lot 19 usually has several different vendors in it. So it's worth coming down and checking out. Oh, the Pragery's here. Very cool. So they do a lot of soft serve. So you see they got lots of different flavors here. Nutella, mango, pistachio, caramel, all that type of stuff.
We can go to Salvador.
We'll go through the waterfront center. And check out the mountain view. Looks like we got one of the buskers in the area who's playing the bagpipes. And here you can check out the mountain view over at Canada Place. Well, you don't have to just imagine mountain climbing. Canada Place saying, imagine mountain climbing, LOL. Don't just have to imagine mountain climbing. You could actually come here and do mountain climbing. There's several good spots down here to do mountain climbing, of course, because we got mountains. I used to lead trips and adventure trips, which included mountain climbing components to it, as well as paddling sports and a whole bunch of other adventure sports. Kenya's saying, "Eso no se vale, puedes hablar español." I don't know Spanish, sorry. But just look at those mountains. Very cool. Very, very cool. Across the way we have the Vancouver Convention Center. And that blue drop right there is called the Drop. That's a giant raindrop, very apt for Vancouver. And this would be the promenade over here for Canada Place. Okay. So, pretty awesome, I would definitely say. And now we're down here in the downtown core. Let's head on down to check out a few other things over here. Look at all the people around here. Wow. It's a lot of people.
Where did you go?
Very, very cool.
What year? Come on, man.
A little more of the mountains for you. We're not going to go down the walkway right now because we've done that before recently. Okay, along the start of the seawall path over here. Well, we can catch the shady side of Burrard Street over here and head on back up into the downtown and the west side. And then in a little bit I have to head on over to Chinatown. We gotta be meeting Bay over at a local restaurant. So this is Waterfront Street here. Or Canada Place, sorry. Waterfront Street runs below it, underground. Let's see all these benches. At lunchtime, these benches will just be full. We'll keep walking here. Now we're on Burrard Street. Up here is Burrard and Cordova. Keep walking along Burrard Street here. I was just thinking about my colleague that I was talking to a couple days ago from Montreal. I was actually talking to 2 other colleagues from Montreal today, but it was funny what the one colleague said. And they just asked, "Are you still in Vancouver?" And I'm like, "Yep." And they're just like, "Are you coming back?" I'm like, "Nope." And they're like, "Oh, wow." Just kind of implying that Montreal is so much better. And I'm just like, I could see where you're going with that. I could see your arguments, but no. I'm staying in Vancouver. I'll keep walking here. And we're still on Burrard. We just crossed West Hastings. And we're here by one of the Government of Canada buildings. This would be the Douglas Young building. There's a few restaurants in there as well, like the Freshie and stuff. So this would be West Pender and Burrard here for you folks. Okay. West Pender and Burrard. Just to give you a heads up, folks, the computer that I ordered with donations for this channel, of course, is coming in a few weeks. So it is a specialized computer, so it does take a little bit longer to build. It's not like just ordering a Dell computer and, like, you know, 3 to 4 weeks later it shows up. They had to source all of the parts and everything too, because I got to break it down. I got to break down everything for it. So it'll be coming in a few more weeks. Just waiting for one of the Chinese holidays to finish off. But they have the chassis built, and they have a few of the components already in, and they'll continue to build it as they go. So I'll be having a nice new computer coming in to help edit more videos for you folks. And a lot of those donations came either through super thanks, super chats, but really donations also through Interact directly to my email address at jforstwood@gmail.com. So if you do want to support the channel and contribute to that channel in the same way, okay, you can always, of course, hit the $ right now during any of the live streams, and you can send me a super thanks or a super chat. Sorry, it's called a super chat. Or if you're watching the recording, you can hit the heart button and send me a super thanks. Or you can also do like I just said and provide a direct donation to me by Interact on my email address, jforstwood@gmail.com. So all those options are there, of course. It's handing out Uber Eats. Hey man. No, definitely not. But I respect that guy working hard. He is working hard. Very cool. We're over here by Burrard Station. It looks like Uber Eats is like just hanging out and doing its thing over here today. And here's the busy Burrard Strip. And this is just fairly busy because, you know, a lot of people will come out of the offices and directly down to Burrard Station where we just were. One of the few stations that's not hyphenated down here in the downtown core. But other stations like Vancouver City Centre Station, it's a long name, that one's also not hyphenated, but you got City of Chinatown Station, Yaletown Roundhouse Station, and the downtown core, Main Street Science World Station, are all hyphenated. So Vancouver does like to do that, and that's generally to highlight two different areas that a subway is or SkyTrain is coming to and serving. So here's Burrard in West Georgia. Wow, those Uber Eats people are everywhere. This would be the intersection of Burrard and West Georgia. They're everywhere today. Wow. And you can just see the flow of people. It's a mix of students and office workers. So there's a few tourists. You can see the Cartier store in the background. So we're on Alberni now. You can take a swing down Alberni here for you. Show off some more of the stores here. Hey, Collected Reader, nice to see you here. Manus Plays here, Kenya's here, Mama Rez is here, Brandon's here, Hunter's here, Mark Lane's here, Isaac's here as well. I think I got everyone, so nice to see you as well, Collected Reader. We're just going to turn off of Burrard Street right now, and we're going to turn on to Alberni Street here. So we have a lot of your high-end stores that aren't in the malls. So of course Tiffany & Co over here. And if you wanted a Toronto equivalent, because a lot of my viewers are also from Toronto, this would be your Yorkville strip here. But it's much quieter than what you see in Yorkville, because Yorkville of course is much larger. It's not just one small little strip. Very cool. Howdy. A few other people who come onto the stream. Good to see you here. Just walking along Alberni Street right now. Passing some of the very popular restaurants over here. Like this is Coast Oysters right here. You can see them there. They got a nice bar there. Right when you go on in and sit down. Pretty cool. Yeah, your Hubolt store here too. Should be one of the expensive watch stores that's in the area. And the beers. As well as Tory Burch. And some of these might be West Coast brands that you might not be familiar with, but I've become familiar with them. So if you don't know necessarily a brand, that's cool. Look at that. Someone else has got an home right on over there. So this would be the intersection of Alberni and Thurlow Street. I'll head up Thurlow Street in a minute. Oh, very cool. DJI home, eh? Yep. Cool. I love Vancouver roads. That one was so down. That was so cool. You'll get that a lot from Vancouver roads if you're walking around live streaming. Get a lot of this. A lot of this. Sometimes this. And if you're over in East Vancouver, they'll be like, East Van! If you're over in West Side, sometimes, but rarely, much rarer than in East Van, they'll go West Side. And downtown here, well, this is just the melting pot for everyone. So this is the intersection of Robson Street and Thurlow. It looks like it's our turn, so we'll cross. And we'll wait and meander down Robson Street on this side for you folks. Okay. Just going in and around the downtown core, which is usually what my midweek streams are about. And on the weekend, right now during the warmer season, I tend to do more of the special events for live streams on the weekend, or a farmer's market, something like that. But we'll have to get creative when it comes to the rainy season. But that's still a while away. You can see over here a whole bunch of different stores. Foot Locker, Sephora, Athleta. This is one of those major retail strips. It's like a lot of people will be in this area. They're not always buying, sometimes they're just people watching. Coming down here, also maybe doing a little window shopping. And these two women right here definitely came out of Club Monaco. They got Club Monaco bags. Cool. Here's one of the souvenir shops down here. It's got everything in here. And it's got cool indigenous artwork on their t-shirts too. Like right there. So if you want to come down here and get that, don't worry about it, man. That's cool. It's definitely an option if you want to get some West Coast art on a t-shirt. I was actually thinking about getting one of those t-shirts for my dad, just because he really does love the West Coast art. We'll keep going here along Robson Street. Alvalis Tempera on Vancouver. Cool. What time is it in Vancouver right now? I'm going to assume that's what you're saying, Kenya. Just trying to answer your questions as best I can. So right now it is 4:09. And so you're probably over in Cuba 3 hours ahead. So it's probably around 7 o'clock for you folks. 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. So yeah. So it's a 3-hour difference, but it takes 5 hours to fly across North America to get here from Toronto. And a lot longer if you're going all the way from the east coast of Canada. This will be the intersection of Burrard and Robson Street. And I'm walking down Robson Street here for Kenya right now, through the downtown core. We'll spill back out on Granville. Howdy, howdy. A few other people will come onto the stream. We're just at the intersection of Burrard and Robson Street right now. And we're going to cross Burrard Street and continue on Robson, heading over to Robson Square. It's a nice day today. It's around 20-21 degrees outside. We're supposed to only get up to 20 for an hour, but it's gotten a little bit warmer, which is good. Yeah, so so around 4 o'clock right now here in Vancouver, 4:11. So quatre onze in French for those people who understand French. This would be the intersection of Hornby and Robson Street. So here's Hornby Street for you, and of course Robson's running this way right now. And all those people over there are of course in Robson Square. And I'm just going to talk right now just because there's music. Actually, I'm not going to go through Robson Square because hey, how's it going? There's a good busker over there, but he does play some backtracks that I could get caught with copyright for, and that's my thing I have to deal with. So instead of ruining his parade, I'm going to keep going this way. Tetra, Unstable Freak, nice to see you. Yeah, noisy cars. It's actually funny, if you go down to Richmond, there's a lot more electric cars down there. So sometimes you'll see just as many cars on the road, but it'll be a whole lot quieter because like 50 to 60% of them will be electric. They're just like, wow. They have a lot more electric stations over there too. And they're building a new electric station for electric cars over at Lansdowne Center in Richmond. So yeah, but over here a lot more gasoline cars. So nice to see you, Tetrak. Kenny's here. Collected Readers also here. Manus Play is here. Brandon's here. Mama Rez is here. Hunter's here, as well as Mark Lane's here. So good to see you. And Isaac's here as well. So I hope I got everyone. I think I did. We're getting ready for some special events over here in the square. Darwin Burns forgot me. Well, now you're here, so you put a smile on my face, Darwin. That's cool. Maybe a little chuckle. Good to see you as well, Darwin. Petrak's here, Kenya's here, Brandon's here, Collected Reader's here, Manish Play's here, Mama Reza's here, Hunter's here, Mark Lane's here, and Isaac's here as well. So good to see you too, Darwin. Very cool. Just passing one of our popular choco trucks. That comes from one of our popular Mexican restaurants, brick and mortar stores. It's over at Yukon and West Broadway, La Taqueria.
It's like, there's a little spot in the
I love the burritos and betas too. So this would be West Georgia. And we're at Howe and West Georgia right now. There's the Apple store across the street. So if you're into everything Apple, that's where you can go. And that's connected to the Pacific Center Mall. So you can enter it on this side, but you can also enter it through the mall. And we'll keep walking here. There's a 240 bus. It just finished its drop off over here at Vancouver City Center Station. It's going to do a loop and then it's going to come back and pick up people over here and take them all the way over to Lynn Valley in North Vancouver. There's Vancouver City Center Station for you. One of our SkyTrain stations. And across the street right here. And head on down this way along West Georgia Street. Over here we're by Scotiabank Tower. And we'll stop here. We're not going to race the street. Well, we'll continue along West Georgia Street in a few minutes. Donda S. Luga. I have no idea what that means. So this would be Seymour Street and West Georgia Street. And of course that would be Seymour. You can get to another entrance for Granville Station just another block up this way. So if you are looking to catch the Expo line, you can catch it from over here too. We're just going to wait so we can cross the street here. And we'll continue on West Georgia. Yeah, it just looks like Vancouverites are just soaking up the nice warm weather right now. Don't waste a single day. That's what Vancouverites do. They try not to waste the day. Of course, if you spend a day inside watching TV because you're enjoying whatever you're doing on TV or playing games, that's also a good day well spent. I did that on Wednesday. That was yesterday. I popped out to get some food over at the university, but other than that, just went back home. I'm just working my way through an old TV show called Fringe back in the day, produced by J.J. Abrams, so that's my thing. All you're saying is very tranquil. Well, that's cool. Thank you. Vancouver is pretty chill. Tetrack Unstable Freak saying, is there a Zellers there? Last time I went into one was in 1991. There's a Zellers inside of the Hudson Bay store, but there's no longer technically any Zellers stores that are independent over here. Zellers used to be our version of Walmart. And then when Walmart came into Canada, Zellers just couldn't compete because Walmart could just do everything bigger and better. So, like, you know, around the mid-1990s, that's when Zellers started to disappear. And then it really closed out around, I would say, 2005 to 2010. So it's been gone for a while. But Hudson Bay owns the brand, so they decided to bring back the brand within their store. Sorry, can't take that call right now. I'm live streaming for you folks. Here's the library over here. Often shown in TV shows. Cool. I should take Bay to the Library Square pub sometime. Very cool. So keep walking here on West Georgia. Just passing the local CBC building, which would be our national broadcaster. It's CBC is funded by the federal government and usually takes a government-focused perspective because it is government funded for our broadcasters. So that our state broadcaster, of course, is state-focused. So whoever's in government generally gets a boost from them. So if you are watching Canadian news, and that's normal across a lot of countries, like you'll see, WION is of course pro-India because it's an Indian channel. A channel from India, so all that type of stuff. So it's always good to watch multiple different sources of news when you're here in Canada, as well as a few international sources as well, just so that you're getting a well-rounded story instead of just a state-focused story. But it's always good to also watch the state broadcaster if you're here in Canada, so you can understand where the state is coming from and what their perspective is. So that's the purpose of the CBC. Hey, B-Win92. Good to see you here as well. Kenya's here, Tetrarch Unstable Freaks here, Mama Reza's here, Brandon's here, Hunter's here, Mark Lane's here, Collected Reader's here, Darwin Burns is here, Isaac is here, as well as Collected Reader. And I think I got everyone. It's so cool. So we'll just cross BD Street here. We are over by the stadium. That's right here. And we'll cross the street. So we're walking along Beatty Street now. And we're down over in the stadium area. We're walking away from the stadium right now and heading on over to Chinatown. And I recently had the Chinatown Light Up Chinatown Festival. I was here on the weekend. Unfortunately, 3 people got stabbed at that event by someone that was let out of a psychiatric suite on day release over all the way in Coquitlam. So they had to catch a SkyTrain all the way over here. So the city and the province has gotten really upset about that because Chinatown's been through a lot. But Chinatown's fairly strong and resilient, so it's good to see. But I have to speak up on that too because I was at that event and had a whole lot of fun. And I would like to see that type of stuff stop here in Vancouver as well as across Canada. And of course in Chinatown. Because I would like to visit Chinatown and feel safe and welcome, just like all the store owners always seem to do when I'm down in the area. So, yeah. There, I've said my word. And a lot of Vancouverites feel the same way. I'm sure a lot of Torontonians would want the same thing for Toronto. And other countries for other countries as well. Yeah, B-Win92, it's a super nice day out today. It's around 21 degrees right now. And it looks like just everyone's soaking it up. So, definitely, Vancouver is definitely one of the places to be right now if you're in the neighborhood. And I'm gonna walk through Stadium Chinatown Station, but I'm not gonna stay here. But because I have a day pass, I'm not spending any more money than if I wasn't. So, or as soon as I got a monthly pass, I'm not gonna be spending any more money than I wasn't. So, when you got the monthly pass, you can make these kind of cuts through the station without worrying about being overcharged. You can also do it as well if you have a day pass, but then you just have to make sure that you don't forget like I did one day and try to use the day pass the next day. Hey John Burke, nice to see you here as well. We're over in Chinatown right now in the downtown core. That's where we're going to be heading on over next. Here's Chinatown right here. Anyways, folks, I've done my live streaming for today. I'm gonna meet up with Bay in about half an hour down here in Chinatown. Head on out to a restaurant. So thanks for coming along, and thanks for dropping on in. And I'll do a live stream in a different area than the downtown core for the next one, just to switch it up for you folks. But thanks for coming along, and just remember to like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you want to support the channel anytime during the live streams, you can always hit the $sign and send me a super chat. Or if you're watching the recording, you can hit the heart sign with $1 and you can send me a super thanks. And as well, you can send me direct donations to my Interact address at jforestwood@gmail.com, which would be my email address. So anyways, folks, thanks for coming along, and yeah, really enjoy you folks being here, and hope you have a good day. So have a good day, folks. See you later.